Veri interestiti in reconciliation. Prince Harry is reportedly tired of fighting. He's ready to reconcile with his family. But what will his conniving wife Meghan Markle have to say about it? Hello, and very happy to welcome you. Ever since Megxit happened, actually ever since Meghan and Harry got together, Harry's relationship with his family has gotten worse and worse. It started before they were even married. William told Harry that he was in too much of a hurry with Meghan, that he should really slow down and get to know her better first. But Harry didn't want to listen to that advice. It was sound advice, but Harry decided he knew better. Of course, William wasn't the only family member who discouraged Harry from rushing into marrying Meghan Markle. Prince Philip is said to have had his say on the matter as well. He told Harry something like, "You can date actresses, but you shouldn't marry them." But again, Harry refused to listen, and now look what happened. Harry's relationship with his family is in decline. Harry is by no means the innocent victim in all of this, of course. But at the same time, I will always believe that this is more Meghan's fault than Harry's. From the beginning, Meghan wanted complete control over Harry, and his family posed a serious problem because, well, they counseled him for so long. They cared about him. They supported him, and that was a problem for Meghan because, you see, she needed Harry to obey only her. She convinced him that they didn't need those old-fashioned pianos anymore and should instead seek fame and fortune in California. That's exactly what they had done. But now, almost 4 years later, they've had a complete fiasco, and according to an insider who spoke to Closer magazine, Harry is ready to make up and come home. The source said Harry wants to start the new year with a clean slate and focus on making amends, and luckily for him, that's what Carl wants too. The messages are pretty consistent on this. Even though the king is upset with Harry's actions, he still wants to reconcile with his son. He still loves him. He wants his son to be a part of his life, and he wants to meet his grandchildren, if indeed they exist. Of course, with William, things are not that simple. Harry has a lot of making amends with his older brother, and it may be too late. William may never truly forgive him. But while Harry may have to say goodbye to his relationship with his only brother, at least he can reconnect with his father, or at least try to. The source went on to say that Carl has gained clarity as he gets older, and if there's one thing he wants, it's for William and Harry to mend their relationship. It's his mission to make sure the boys get along. How can we forget that Harry himself recently said, "I love my homeland and my family, and I always will." I believe those words were sincere, and I know many of Harry's best friends and family do. Harry's behavior over the past nearly 4 years has by no means shown this. Rather, he seems to despise his family and his home country. Regardless, I believe that Harry realizes at this point that he made a huge mistake in following Meghan to California. He knows that his only real home is in the UK. His only real home is with his family. He is uncomfortable with Meghan, her mother, and Marcus Anderson. He has no place in California. Here's the truth of the position. Step 1, though you know what I'm about to say. Step 1. The first step is Harry has to divorce that disgusting woman he married. If he can't get rid of Meghan, there's no hope of him ever reconnecting with his father or his brother. I mean, especially after what was said about Catherine in the ending. It's not going to be easy for William to forgive Harry or Meghan for that. And Meghan has proven to be such a nasty, toxic person. By now, the royal family is very aware that it's not safe to let Meghan Markle get close to them. So if Harry refuses to divorce her, there's no chance of him actually coming back. But you know my theory on that. I believe that this marriage is already over. I think at this point they're just keeping up appearances for whatever reason. I'm sure there are plenty of good reasons for this actually happening. And I'm sure behind the scenes they are working out the details of the divorce, invisible children, assets, and all that. It's certainly a complicated issue. I think we're going to see more and more evidence in the coming weeks or months that things are not so rosy in Montecito. And then eventually we will hear an announcement of a divorce. How long that will take, I don't know. But friends, I can feel it coming. And now perhaps my favorite part of this video, discussion time. Today we're going to talk about the comments you all left under the videos Sussex marriage over, Royals win, and Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's biggest loser. In this video, I talked about all the signs I see that Meghan and Harry are over each other for good. I also talked about how things will go for each of them after the divorce. Who will come out the winner? Obviously, it won't be Meghan Markle. Harry will probably fare pretty well if his family accepts him back. Let's see what you all had to say about that. The first comment from Thankful for Queen Elizabeth. Royally, you should thank fate if you no longer have responsibilities towards Markle and Harry. When either of them try to come back, just remember the horrible behavior they have shown towards members of the monarchy and walk away from any of their requests. Go forward with your positive lifestyles. You are very much appreciated by all members of British society and among sensitive American citizens too. Markle and Harry are willing to be certified as mentioned by a member of the nation. That is incompetent. Thank you very much for your insightful comment. I absolutely agree with you. But I don't think the royal family will allow themselves to be fooled by Harry and Meghan again. They won't be messed with. Harry and Meghan tried their best and failed. So at this point, they need to give up, and Harry needs to try to make peace with his family if he hopes for any kind of life after Meghan. Then we have a response from Maria Stabler. Maria says, I hate what these two have managed to do to their families and their lies about their invisible children. I hope they have a long and painful marriage, hurting each other with what they presented to the world. They deserve each other. In many ways I agree with you, Maria, but at the same time, I think Meghan is truly evil in this marriage. I think Harry is just a complete idiot. Now, should he be punished for his crimes? Absolutely. But should he have to live with Meghan for the rest of his life? I don't know if that's fair. And now an interesting discussion started by Bruce Scotland 8538. As an American, I find it hard to believe that the royals would take him back. He's a pathetic user and a fraud. Thank you, Sheila, for starting this discussion because you raise a good point. Denise says the Brits don't want him back either. Yvonne Bell says they can bring him back to the family, but he should never be allowed to appear in public. I agree with you most of all, Yvonne. And then Carol says, I highly doubt William can forgive or forget. He will not allow has-been to return. Too much damage has been done. You may be right, Carol, but I don't know. I think if Harry tries to find a way through his father, he might succeed. I think the king will be more here's the rest of my rerun. Sympathetic to him. Now if he waits too long and William ends up in power, oh no chance. And then Gina says, you know, Gina, I think that's a good argument you're making too. At least the family can protect Harry from himself and also protect society from Harry. Now it was interesting to see that opinions are clearly divided on this whole issue of whether Harry and Meghan are really breaking up. We have July who says, I agree and look forward to them both leaving into the quiet unknown. And then Trudy says, I don't think the end is near for Harry and Meghan's relationship. I think it's already here. Trudy, I'm with you. I see so many signs. And then Kate London says, yes, Kate, I feel the same way. I think most of us have just been waiting for this inevitable announcement. And we're still waiting, but I think it's coming soon. But then we have another comment from Lydia Smith. And Lydia Smith has a different opinion. She says, not yet. This divorce is going to happen in the near future. She has 4 more years to bear this bear. She won't let it go until those years are not over for those retirement benefits. So she won't let it go until Harry files for divorce early. I'm not a lawyer. The divorce laws here in California are strict. So if these kids are real, she'll have a luxury alimony check. And if they're not, then spousal support will be luxurious too. Wow, she'll be known as the biggest gold hunter in history. And Harry will be known as the biggest sucker in history. That's a shame. I always thought the prince was smart and principled. This prince has proven me wrong. Mama cuckoo. That's an interesting point of view, Lydia, and you could be right. I mean, maybe Meghan really is waiting for something. But at the same time, I still think that Harry may be ready to leave Meghan. We've been seeing a lot of stuff in the media lately that clearly shows that these two should not be seen as a unit. And most of the coverage is trying to portray Harry in a good light and Meghan in a bad light. Something tells me that's not coincidental. All right, my friends, unfortunately, we're out of time for today. Please let me know what you think about this. This idea that Harry would actually try to reconcile with his father. Do you think that has a chance? What about William? And where is Meghan in all of this? Please share your opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it and share it with any friends and family members who might like it too. As always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any updates. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I wish you a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back to see you in future videos. Happy upcoming year 2024. May it bring much joy, success, and fulfillment. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. All the best to you.